yeah, and by all categories of staff. So they're all taking part, and you're continuously applying what? 5S and Kaizen in your entire organization, meaning your interdepartmental links and networks are so strong, you are working seamlessly. Can you see this pictorial? You can see the wheels are just, the mechanics are so good and just moving around. And these people are just interconnected. Things are just moving in a very nice manner. There is harmony, coordination. When you reach that level in an organization, you can say you have reached total quality management. So you can see here, each section, the Department of Health, making its own efforts, 5S, Kaizen, here 5S, Kaizen everywhere, until you reach total quality management. So this is just a summary, basically, of how the pyramid goes for quality improvement. So where are you putting most effort in? What must you do in mass so much all the time, every time? 5S, you improve your work environment. By doing that, you eliminate so many problems along the way, so that those that remain move on to the Kaizen or the CQI. And here you can see it is your team with a positive attitude, leadership backup, and you form it as a culture, an organizational culture, the norm there, yeah? Then after you do your 5S, those efforts that you will be putting in the Kaizen will not be as much, because you have eliminated much of your problems as you improve your work environment. And you start solving, you improve on these indicators and so on and so forth. And as you continue doing this in a cyclic manner, you go to something called total quality management. You achieve total quality management, meaning you're very productive, highly productive organization, high quality offered. Safety is of key, and it is of very high impact. So this is where you say you reach total quality management. Here you will have very satisfied clients, very satisfied employers and employees. Once an organization reaches that level, it is not easy. Change is hard. Change requires commitment, positivity, effort. It does not just come. So, but by the time you see an organization has reached here, then know it is a culture for them. Okay. So that brings me to the end of 5S, Kaizen, TQM. I failed to mention, and that is on my part, a failure on my part, the PDCA. PDCA is a cycle. It is universally used, this cycle. It is universally known, either PDCA or PDSA. Plan, do, study, act. Please, if you're taking notes, or allow me to do this. Just a moment.
Yes, we are taking notes.
Right.
Kindly.
So we are saying that, I said, what did I say? P?
Just repeat, just repeat.
Right. Okay, just a minute. Just a moment. Let me add one more slide here. Okay.
PDSA.
We said PDSA, isn't it? Or we said PDCA also. P,
Yeah.
D, S,
P,
A,
right?
or
Yes.
P, D, C, A. So this means P for plan, D, do, C or S, study or check. And who knows what the A is? Act. Perfect. So our 7 steps of Kaizen are anchored into the PDSA. PDSA or PDCA, you will hear it universally, whether you're using whichever QI methodology, it anchors under that PDCA. It means you plan, okay? You plan for your improvements, right? In our case, when we were planning, we were identifying our problem. We were doing our situational analysis, our root cause analysis, identifying countermeasures, right? And then when it came to do, now we were implementing our countermeasures, right? And as we check, we are monitoring. In short, we are doing what? We are monitoring.
Monitoring. Yeah.
Yes. And then as we monitor, we act. We go back and forth, monitor and act. If there anything that needs to be changed, when we monitor and notice something is not working, we go back to the drawing board and act on it, and we monitor again. Okay? So
Yes.
that is the PDCA cycle or PDSA cycle. Please take note of it. Yeah? In this particular place, our P is from, this is our P, our plan. Okay? Right? And
Yes.
this one, step 5 is our do. We are implementing. And then our step 6 is our check. Right? And as we check, we go back and keep acting. They go back and forth before you finish with standardization. So you do, Yani, you're checking and acting. So this will go together. Okay? Now,
Right.
Now, just very briefly, this is just an overview of our Mombasa County Quality Management Governance structures. This is how our QI structures are laid out in Mombasa County. We have the county quality improvement officers, the focal persons, and then we have at each sub-county level, we have representatives and heads of QI at the sub-county level. Our moderator today and our presenter also from the first webinar on 5S are sub-county quality improvement focal persons for their different sub-counties. And under them, the facilities that fall under their jurisdictions, each of the facilities has a facility quality improvement focal person in charge of facility improvements, overseeing that their people have the knowledge, they are embarking on continuous improvement. And under this, we have the community QI focal persons. So these are the representatives at community level. For Mombasa, we have managed to activate a few community units, around 6 of them, 1 in each sub-county. And therefore, under here, we have those community ones there. So for each facility that has a community unit, they ideally is supposed to have the community QI focal persons. So
maybe to ask, when are you likely to come to Machakos, maybe? For the same, on the community strategy.
We can discuss that after the presentation.
You can plan.
Yeah, good. Really.
All right.
Okay, so now at the facility level, now in a hospital, in a dispensary, in a health sector, we talk about something called a quality improvement team and a work improvement team. And I'll be very brief, just so that you can take the initiative to form your own at your level, because for any initiative, you need to start with a team. We will have a whole webinar series just for team formation, functions of different teams and members of those teams. But for today, just know that Evelyn, kindly mute your.
Let's mute.
Evelyn. Thank you. So when we say QIT, that is quality improvement team. Sometimes people will not say it as a whole word. We just say QIT or a WIT or a WIT. Be familiar with the terminology, because the more you use the terminologies, the more inclined you are to using the short forms. So when we talk about a quality improvement team at QIT, these are the more of the supervisory roles of the quality improvement team. For a hospital, you will have one quality improvement team and several work improvement teams at different departmental levels, whereby the different departments will have work improvement team leaders that will lead that particular team in embarking on an improvement process. So if you have family planning, you should have a work improvement, an FP WIT. If you have a dental department, you should have a dental WIT, meaning that they're working on improving matters dental, anything, waiting time, everything matters dental, IPC. If you have a catering department, if you have a maternity department, all those should have, remember, Kaizen is everybody's business. So those departmental levels will form work improvement teams. The hospital, on the other hand, as a whole, will have representatives of the department, yeah, who will be the links to the WITs as the members of the quality improvement team. They will have overall oversight function, mentorship, resource mobilization, information sharing, capacity building, all these things, they have this function. We will go into more details. Probably we will take this up in our next quality improvement webinar. But when we're talking about the work improvement team, there is, I know you will ask me, what about those dispensaries that are run by 2 or 3 people? Yes, there you form it with just the few members.
Or even one,
Or one. Okay, but one, I'm sure you have a support staff, isn't it?
Right.
So
Yeah.
remember that quality improvement is everybody's business, and everyone has a role to play in quality improvement. So when you're forming your team and you're very few staff, that facility that will have a work improvement team. It will not be a quality improvement team. It is a work improvement team. It is going to look at generally, and you're going to be working on your projects together as one team. Okay. So for those facilities like health centers that have different departments with several members, then you can have a QIT and you can have those work improvement teams. So depending on the size of facility, the number of personnel, the number of departments within the facility, you will form quality improvement teams or work improvement teams based on that. So for more information, feel free to contact, if you're in Mombasa County, feel free to contact the nearest quality improvement coordinator. The sub-county teams are there, the county teams are there. We are ready to assist you anytime. So having said that, I just like to show you this pictorial. See, there is, people are sometimes confused and ask me, is the HMT same as the QIT? Well, it can be and it doesn't have to be. Yeah. If the HMT is just very few members of the team, you can differentiate whose function will be quality improvement, because you'll end up having the same people meeting for the same meeting and the same meeting for, you know, that tedious cycle. Or if a few of you and they're the only departmental heads, then why not? You can have the same members being the quality improvement team. And then the others will form the WITs. So I like to finish with this quote from, and it's Imeruka. Okay, Sawa. I will just say it, yeah. So from Taichi, he says that having no problem is the biggest problem of all. So I will leave you with that. Don't be satisfied with your situation as it is. Keep looking for ways to make things better. What can you do at your level? How can you improve within your capacity, with your teammates? Ignite positive energy within your team members, yeah, so that you can work together as a team to see good results. And the moment teams start to see good results, trust me, the ball keeps on rolling. The beginning is hard, but then as you continue, it gets better and easier. with that, I would like to say thank you. I would